Because when the big pocket, when the smart money accumulated what he needed from the stupid money, then prices are starting to go up. Is the bear market over, or we are about to see more bloods on the streets? That's a question that everybody is asking themselves right now. So before I go ahead, I just want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. Everything that you're gonna see in this video is just my own personal opinion. I'm not trying to convince nobody, or I'm not trying to enforce nobody to do any type of action on the market. And I wanna make sure that before you take any decision, you make your own research. So let's talk about the bear market. Is it over? Are we about to continue it? Did we see the bottom already at around 17,800, or we are about to see a lower low, right? The way I like to do it, because usually in this situation in the market, there is a lot of emotions, and emotion is never good for predicting a price or understanding when a certain type of a cycle is ending. So what I like to do, I like to look at the wide image and understand what happened before. So if you look at statistics, according to the previous bear cycles, a bear cycle average time takes 289 days. Currently, since the last high that was in the range of 70,000, we already passed 303 days. Means that according to statistic, we already passed the average time that a bear cycle take. If we look in regarding to the pattern on the market, we see that we are experiencing a type of a double bottom. We saw that we had the first one around 17,800. And the second one was a couple of days ago, around 18,300, which shows around a 5.5% difference between the two lows, which usually in a standard, in the most classic double bottom, that's how it looks. So in regarding to the image on the pattern, it looks good. It looks like we are bottoming up. Now, in regarding to the length of time, also looks good. We passed 303 days when the average bear cycle takes 289 days. So what that means? Does that mean that that's it, time to go all in and the bottom is there and now we're starting our bull cycle? No, that's not what it means. But it does mean that we have a lot of factors on favor to the fact that we finish with our bear cycle. Now, the way I'm seeing it is that there is also different factors that are influencing the market currently, which one of them is the global economic situation, with the war in Ukraine and Russia, and with recession in the United States, the recession fears, and in Europe, and the strengthening of the dollar. Now, we need to understand something. The US dollar index is the highest it's been for ages. That's affecting dramatically the Bitcoin price, because in the end, that when you are buying Bitcoin, you are selling your dollars. The thing is that if dollar index is getting stronger, there is no motivation for people to get out of the dollar. Now, the way that I'm seeing it, the reason the dollar is getting stronger is because of different government manipulations, right? We're seeing the rate hikes, which influencing it. When I'm getting a lot of interest rate on my dollars, of course, I don't want to sell it, right? I want to keep it. If I'm getting a good return on investment, why would I sell it? And especially when I'm getting a good return on investment on the dollar, which is much less volatile and basically present less risk than Bitcoin, then of course I'm not going to choose selling my dollars right now to buy Bitcoins. With that, we can also see that in regarding to inflation, I'm losing every day that I'm holding dollars. So yeah, on one side, the Federal Reserve and the government coming and give me a candy, which tells me like, listen, right now, look at the US index dollars, we give you high rate interest, right? So you're getting good interest rates, hold your dollar. But on the other side, there is inflation, which basically shows me that every year on average, while I'm holding my dollars, I'm losing 9% of the value of it without even spending it. Nobody wants to do that. So the way that we are seeing it and the way that I'm seeing it is that right now we are in a quiet situation in a way compared to all the volatile that we saw in the last year, bit less than a year. But we are getting to the point that we are finding a bottom ground, which now we can sit and analyze and says, okay, value for money. Is $20,000 per Bitcoin a good price? And I believe that we can start seeing in the price that a lot of people are tending towards more of, yes, $20,000 is a good price for a Bitcoin than before, when we were crashing from 30 to 22, when people was like, oh my God, that's it, we're going down to zero. So if you are thinking about a long-term investment, dollar cost averaging in 20K, I don't think you get a better opportunity than that, but this is my own personal opinion. In regarding to trading it on the short term, Bitcoin is never safe to do it. In regarding to take leverage and trade it, suicide mission. And we can see it with everybody else. So if you want to make small trades, high leverage, just for like one Hail Mary type of trades that you say, okay, if I lost something that I'm willing to lose already, but if I did catch a bottom and this is the bottom, I'm making crazy amount of money, go ahead and do it. It's up to you, no problem. Just make sure that you're not risking an amount of money that you cannot afford losing. But in regarding to a long-term investment, in regarding to capital preservation, because inflation don't let you preserve your capital, 20K for a Bitcoin looks like a very, very good price. Now, one last thing that you also need to understand that affected is something called capital displacement. The way that money works is that money always moves from pockets to pockets. Usually it's moved from the poor people pockets to the rich people pockets because they are taking more educated decisions and just because they have more patience, they have more money. Now, if we look at the accumulation phase of what's happening in the last month and a half with Bitcoin, we can see a very strong capital displacement. We see very, very high liquidities, right? So a lot of people are being liquidated from their trades. And we see the whales, those with the big money, are accumulating and buying more. Capital displacement usually don't take long. Capital displacement usually mark a turning point. Why? Because when the big pocket, when the smart money accumulated what he needed from the stupid money, then prices are starting to go up because they have no more interest to manipulate you into selling or into getting to bad trades and being liquidated so they can take your Bitcoins. So if you look at the factors, time-wise, we already passed the average time of a bear cycle. Price-wise, we saw a double bottom, we saw a hit in 7,800, we saw a hit in 18,500, which marked 5.5% between the two different lows, and we see a higher low. And in regarding to the capital displacement and accumulation of whales, it's already been there for a month and a half, which usually this is the average time it takes. So if you look at the factors without the emotions, just data, it looks like we are in a pretty good place in regarding to start thinking about accumulating our own Bitcoins. I hope this video was helpful and I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe and to watch the rest of the videos. Thank you very much.